What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fig Heel YouTube channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 favorite AEW figures from 2022. Stay tuned. Baby! Alright guys, so it is time for the top 10 of 2022. Full disclosure, I already filmed this, right? I did the top 10 of all wrestling figures. So many great figures came out in 2022 that I felt like I was snubbing so many great AEW figures, so many great WWE figures, that I decided to do what a lot of people are doing, and I decided to split them up into top 10 AEW, top 10 WWE. So I scrapped the old video and we're gonna make a new one, and today we're taking a look at my top 10 AEW best of 2022. There's some great figures, man. This was one of the best years of wrestling figures. So many top tier figures, and I think it's because we have so many players in the game that everybody's being pushed and motivated to put out the best products possible. And if you're a big collector, then you need my new book, The Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, to keep track of everything that's coming out, everything you have, and everything that you want. It's a 500+ page guide to over 40 years of wrestling figure collecting. Full color, black and white, features a foreword by Matt Cardona, features photography by the AEW Jazzwares photographer Matthew Goldberg. And I mean, you just need it, guys. This is a crucial tool to collecting. If you want to ensure your collection, this is something that's kind of necessary because they want an inventory. But that said, I will be honest, there's probably a couple on my list that aren't on other people's lists that people aren't gonna like necessarily, and that's okay. We don't all have to agree, but what I want you to do is make sure that you subscribe to the channel, make sure that you like this video, you comment below your top 10 AEW figures of 2022. I would love to see how they all match up, and let's talk figs. It's the best part about this, right? It's why I love having you guys come here, talking figs. That said, I will say this from the very get. There's a couple that were left off that I know a lot of people love that I did not love, and we will talk about that later on at the end. But we're gonna get right into it. And for me, number 10 is the AEW Last Dance CM Punk Ringside Collectibles exclusive. There's so many reasons that I love this, right? This commemorates when he returned to AEW, so it has a huge moment behind it. It's a Ringside Collectibles exclusive in a unique packaging. The only thing I didn't like was the bottom flap, which I think is a lot of collectors' problem because you try to stand it and display it, and that's what happens. But this is so great that I actually got two of them. Did I open the other one? No, not yet. I am a mint on card collector for AEW, so the majority of stuff I'm going to show you is mint on card. But I'm a sucker for street clothes figures, right? I love the pant mold on this. I think they did an excellent job, and the sneakers, it all looks great. The cloth good shirt is perfect. It's a ringer style tee, and you don't really get that too much of wrestling figures, and it, again, looks perfect. They did a great job. The tattoo work on this is so much better than the unmatched figures, in my opinion, that I had to go with this CM Punk. Not to mention, they went as far as to give us a hand mold with an ice cream bar with a bite taken out of it. That's never going to be used again. I can almost guarantee in the AEW line it's never going to be used again, right? So that's awesome. It also comes with a small size packaging of this, like the ice cream bar, that he can hold in his other interchangeable hands that are included, as well as interchangeable heads. But I think the head on this is excellent. They did a great job with the CM Punk heads. And overall, this whole figure I think is just absolutely top 10 worthy. It's beautiful. They did an excellent job. Bravo Jazzwares on this CM Punk. The other ones are not bad. You know, the Walmart exclusive, the standard and chase unmatched, but this really knocks it out of the park, and I'm really hoping we get more CM Punk figures because I do want that flashback Luminaries Ring of Honor Punk. I think that was a huge want on my list, and I said it from the get-go when he first signed, before he got any figures. I said, anybody else want to see a basketball shorts punk? And we're this close to getting it. Please give it to us. But number 10 on my list is The Last Dance AEW Rampage CM Punk. Now, next up, I'll be honest, it's number 9 on my list, probably higher on other people's lists, but I have some problems with it, but there's a big reason that it's number 9 on my list, and that is the AEW Supreme Series 1 Cody Rhodes. My biggest issue with this is the Billy Idol head. I knew I couldn't get past the head, the main head on it, and then my boy Speaks was like, it's because it's Billy Idol. And you know what? He nailed it. I definitely see Billy Idol all over this head. However, the saving grace is you get 2 other heads. Now, we've seen these heads before, right? But these are great heads. We've got the screaming head and we've got the smiling head. I think it's excellent that we get them all. I just am not a fan of the main head. It's just, my eyes go right to it. I don't see Cody Rhodes. I really don't. But luckily, there's other heads. So that, I can't hold that against it, right? I love the American flag boots. Now, this is essentially 2 figures in one because you get different tights, different arms. You get 2 belts, interchangeable heads, interchangeable hands, and a t-shirt. So you got multiple figures in one here that you could do. But the winning ingredient is that jacket. It's incredible. And WWE Mattel, they did the Ultimate Edition pre-order. Very excited for it, saying it's going to have the entrance jacket. They showed off the entrance jacket. It's like a pleathery cloth goods, and it's not good. The detail on it just isn't there. This one is sculpted and fine detail. Every little notch and grommet is on there. It's thick. The arms don't have to go in. It has movable arms just like regular Ultimates. I wish WWE went that route, but I guess they figured since AEW did, we're going to go a different direction. This is the better jacket, which is why it's number 9 on my list of the best AEW figures of 2022. Now, we got a couple mainline figures that we're going to talk about. And number 8 on my list is going to surprise some people. It is from AEW Unmatched Series 3 Evil Uno. When they first showed off this figure, I was blown away. This is so good. And then as the year went on, I feel like a lot of people forgot about how exactly good this figure was. He's got the sculpted tape on his wrists. All right, I think the body mold is perfect. The detailing on the boots and the socks, incredible. The detailing on the top, incredible. But look at that head. They nailed the mask perfectly. The out of alignment teeth, the eyes, the detail on the mask. I get it. It's mostly black and purple, dark, deep purple. But there's so much going on with this figure that I feel like it's highly overlooked. Now, am I a huge Evil Uno fan? Is he my favorite wrestler? Not by a long shot, but this isn't about my favorite wrestlers. This is about my favorite figures and the work that was put into them. And this had a lot of work put into it, and it's highly deserving. Man, this is so good. It's even got the Dark Order hand. I mean, side by side with this picture of him, it's uncanny how good this figure is. And it's absolutely deserving of a top 10 spot, which is why it's number 8 on my list of the top 10 AEW figures of 2022. So good. Such a great figure. And anybody who doesn't think it's good, please reconsider, take a look at it. You don't have to like Evil Uno. You don't have to like the wrestler to think that the work put into a figure emulates the person perfectly. But moving on. Number 7 on my list is one a lot of people didn't like, but I loved. And it's the Ringside Collectibles exclusive, Jim Ross. Everybody loved that Tony Schiavone. Not me. I did not like the Tony Schiavone. I love the Jim Ross, though. I think this is the best Jim Ross figure ever made. I mean, he didn't have that many, but I think this is better than the Classic Superstars. This is better than all the Titantrons, the BCA Ringside Collection. This is better than the Elite, in my opinion. They nailed his beard color, I think, as best you can, you know? It's a very, very light gray. And they did their best, and they still made it look like him. The glasses are a little bit oversized, but they fit well enough that it doesn't take away from the likeness. The head scan is great. I love the body mold. I love that we're getting this unrivaled articulation on the suited molds. people were like, oh, like they didn't like that. They want the Mattel version. I like this. I think this looks great. And they nailed his body. He comes with the chair. The cowboy hat fits perfectly, just like his does. And I think that was a big issue with some of the some of the Jakks figures. The Mattel fits all right, but this like is the perfect size cowboy hat. I think the likeness on this is excellent. So good job, Jazzwares, on this AEW Ringside Collectibles exclusive Jim Ross. And number 6 on my list is a guy that I'm a huge fan of, and I was waiting for him to get a figure, and he got one sooner than I really expected, and that is AEW Unrivaled Series 9 Ricky Starks. Now, it's a pretty simple figure, right? But the likeness on the head, it really takes it home for me. I think they nailed the body mold. He's not too big. He's not too skinny. He's just right for Ricky's physique. I love the like metallic light blue on the trunks and the knee pads. It just looks great. It really pops. It's not overdone. It's not underdone. They just nailed this perfectly. He can do his pose perfectly with the hands. He's got the pinky down on the main hand, which I think is really cool. I love that they included his chain. It's just, you took a guy and you shrunk him down, and this is what we get, and it's really good. The RS on the trunks. He's got the sleeves underneath the knee pads. They just really nailed all of the important details, and you can't always say that, right? The single elbow pad, just a great figure, man. The head though, A1, absolutely love it, man. Congratulations again. Number 6, AEW Jazzwares Series 9, Ricky Starks. Number 5 on my list, I feel like absolutely deserves a spot on everybody's AEW Top 10 list, and that is the Ringside Collectibles exclusive, and I think it's the last Ringside Collectibles on here, Brody Lee and -1. When Brody Lee passed, I remember making a post saying that they should do a -1 figure and Brody Lee 2-pack to really commemorate this, because it would just be a beautiful thing for his son, and they sure enough did it. Not saying they did it from my idea. I think a lot of people had that idea. Now, this is essentially Unmatched Series 3 Brody Lee, but with an entrance jacket, which I think is a nice touch, because that white entrance jacket was so huge when he first, was in AEW. Not that he was there very long. But, and to do a child figure is absolutely huge. The detail on -1 is unreal. I mean, they nailed everything about it. He doesn't look like a shrunk down adult. It's literally a kid's body, everything about it. So I think it's awesome how skinny he is, the legs, like the feet, the way that they're shaped, like not completely developed. The mask is like slightly off center, kind of how he would wear it, because he's a kid. He just throws it on. He doesn't know any better, to fix it and make it perfect. It looks just like little details look excellent on this, and I absolutely love it. And there he is on the side with his father, which I think is so cool. And they got interchangeable hands in the TNT title. Just a really beautiful 2-pack. I mean, that Brody is excellent, right? The head's awesome. Probably the best Brody that they can do. I mean, it's definitive in a sense. So, man, can't believe that Brody's been gone for 2 years now. It's kind of a shame, but he is forever commemorated in plastic with his son, and this is a beautiful pack to be added to the top 10 at number 5. Number 4 is one that, man, when I got this figure, I was blown away by it. I think that this is so well done, and that is AEW Unmatched Series 5, Shawn Spears, the chairman. This is a figure I feel like should have been in the line much sooner. He comes with an awesome chair, but the real winner here, I mean, he's got the sleeve. All the tattoos are awesome. I love the white gear. Very, very cool, right? Everything's really cool, but this head is absolutely sick. It literally, everything about it looks like I'm just looking right at Shawn Spears. Unbelievable. Sometimes, they scan these guys, right? But sometimes that application of paint just really takes away from the actual likeness of the mold. This does not. I mean, this is so good, and he even comes with that, the taped, the gloved hand, the black up there. I mean, they really just included everything that you need for a perfect 10. On the top 10, Shawn Spears, number 4. Number 3, And this was tough. I had to include him on this list because they just did such a bang-up job. So bravo, Jazzwares. But I had to include this one. I feel like this is the one. Number 3 is AEW Chase Edition, 1 of 5,000 Sting. Now, there was quite a few Stings released, right? And they're all very, very similar. First off, had to include it because I think Jazzwares did the best Crow Sting head ever. Better than Jax, better than Mattel, better than Toy Biz, better than Marvel. I just think it's so good. And you can see every little like wrinkle in Steve Borden's face, and they paint over it. Just excellently done. The hair is perfect. The jacket is awesome. The molded shirt, I mean, everything about this is so good. He comes with interchangeable hands and the bat. But the reason I picked this one was the shirt, right? Pretty much that's the main difference between all the Sting figures is essentially the shirt and a little slight variation in the makeup. I love the makeup on this one, but the shirt, I hated the standard has this AEW. I love the Sting logo with the bats that they have, right? But I hate that it has the big gaudy AEW logo on it that takes away from me. So I didn't do the standard. Did this one because it just says Sting and it's got the scorpion. It's very, very, I feel like you could really use this, you know, even though it is an AEW shirt, you can kind of pretend it's from any era of Sting, of this character. So that's why I went with this one. I mean, such a good incarnation of Sting. The details on the jacket are awesome. Like, look at the lapels. Look at the molding on the lapels. It's black on black, right? Like they're not colored in details, but it's there, man. Very, very good. Number 2, we have 2 more left. And number 1, like this thing, man, it's so good. But we're gonna do number 2 first. Obviously has to be on the list, right? Jade Cargill, Unmatched Series 4. This is incredible. Every detail on the knee pad, the boots, her actual gear, phenomenal. The head, you guys know I'm big on the head scans. It's incredible, right? But they nailed her body. She has such a unique, muscular, and impressive physique, Jade, that I was wondering if they were going to be able to hammer it with an action figure. And let me tell you this, they freaking did. This is incredible. It's like they took her body and they shrunk it down. Like she's the muscular arms, the abs, the upper shelf on the chest is just like nailed, man. They did such a good job. It's like they took this and they just made it plastic, which is easier said than done. Such a great figure. I love the detail on the knee pads the most with the Jade logo and all like it's like shattered gold glass. Very cool gear. The head's excellent. They nailed the hair color, her flesh tone. It's just, I mean, you can do all the Jades you want now, Jazzwares. I don't know if you even need it because this is like supreme. This is supremely done. Which I would love to see her get the She-Hulk version of herself. But number 1 on my list, and it's not even, I'm not some huge mark of this guy. You know, I respect him, I like him, but he's not one of my favorite wrestlers of all time like some people. But this figure, I was gushing about it when I first reviewed it. It is the AEW Unmatched Series 5 Kenny Omega. And it's street gear, right? But the amount of time that they put into this, right? The head is excellent with the hair pulled up, the face scan. He's got the glasses, but I love the gear, right? He comes with the belt. I love the jeans, the acid wash looking jeans with the patch, all the individual holes molded and painted flesh tone on the bottom. Every single piece of deco hit on that jacket. This could have been so like, you know, just throw away, just throw a jacket and throw whatever colors at it. But they went above and beyond on the details of this figure. It is so good. He's got the necklace molded on, the t-shirt underneath, the sneakers. I love how they did the laces and the details on the sneakers. It just like, it looks so good, man. They did such a great job with this figure. Even the painting of the hair, like it's not perfect, right? It's like authentic looking on the facial hair. It literally is this on the back. Everything about it, they nailed everything. And that jacket, That's tough, man. There's a lot of colors and patterns and everything in there, and they did such a good job. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I might buy another one so I can have it loose, because this is how good this Kenny Omega is. This is my favorite Kenny Omega figure, period. So yeah, there's my top 10 AEW Jazzwares figures. Let's recap it really quickly. We have the CM Punk Best in the World, First Dance. We have this at number 9, that was number 10. Number 9, we have AEW Supreme Series 1 Cody Rhodes. Number 8, we have Unmatched Series 3 Evil Uno. 7, we have the Ringside Collectibles Jim Ross. 6, we have AEW Unrivaled Series 9 Ricky Starks. 5, we have the Brody Lee and -1 2-pack from Ringside Collectibles. We have at number 4, Shawn Spears from Unmatched Series 5. 3 is the Chase Edition Sting. 2 is Jade Cargill from Series 4 Unmatched. At number 1, my number 1, is the Unmatched Series 5 Kenny Omega. So comment below, let me know your top 10 AEW figures of 2022. These are mine. I absolutely am enthralled with how good of a job that AEW Jazzwares did this year. Comment below, let me know yours. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at FigHeel. And go to ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel, pick up a FigHeel t-shirt. Go to Amazon, pick up the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, and go to www.whatheel.com to join and get $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. Whatheel.com. Help support the channel. You get some, you don't have to pay nothing. You get something for free. You can just use that $15 to get a free figure. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Or you can join one of our streams and do a box break, buy some figures, some mystery box, whatever you like. So please support the channel. It means a lot. And we will see you next time, guys. Stay tuned for our top 10 WWE figures of 2022. Peace, guys.
Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeel's Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist, a 500-plus page guide to over 50 years of wrestling figure collecting, featuring over 2,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands in wrestling history. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, as well as mint on card and loose value. With a foreword by professional wrestler Matt Cardona and shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Ultimate Wrestling Figure Checklist is a must-have for collectors. Premium full-color and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Check out my official sponsor, Whatnot, by clicking the link in the description to join and save $10 on your first purchase.